Hi, my name is Jo Elliott, and this is a basic introduction to Harvard referencing. What is referencing? It's when you use other people's work in your assignment, and you do need to use other people's work in your assignment. So anything that you use from an external source, you need to say where the information comes from. And that's what Harvard referencing is. So there's two parts to a reference. The bit where you write your assignment, which is called the citation, and there's two types of citations. One is called a direct quote, which is exactly as it appears in the original, and the other one is called paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is where you've read something and you write it in your own words, and you have to cite both. So here's some examples. So this is an example of an in-text citation from a book called Introduction to Horticulture by Riley and Schrey. So the main things that you'll see is the authors, Riley and Schrey, (1991). Explain that the name is derived from the Latin meaning garden cultivation, and garden cultivation is exactly as it appears in the text, so it's got quotation marks and a page number. For every citation that you do, you need to have a corresponding reference in your reference list. It doesn't matter how many times you cite it in your work, you only need to put it in your reference list once. And this is the full details of how to find the resource that you've been using. So it's got the author's surname, initials, the date of publication, the title in italics, the edition, if it's the publication, and the publisher. This information can be found on the title page of a book. It's best not to use the front cover, which is usually either the first or the second page in. And the back of the title page has got the publication details, so it will tell you the date of publication, the place of publication, etc., the publisher. So this is the basic format for referencing most types of work. So in the text, it's always the name and the date. In the reference list, it always starts name, date, title. They do vary depending on different types. So we'll just look at some more examples. So this is another direct quote by a book with just one author, Hessian, 1999. Got the quotation marks and the page number, and the reference, the author, the date, the title, the edition, the place of publication, and the publisher. This is an example of a website, and you can see it follows the same principles. It's got the author and the date. You may notice that it says the Royal Horticultural Society. Websites in particular may not have an individual responsible for them, and in that case we would use what is called the corporate author, which is, the organisation responsible for the website. It's got the date of publication. That is usually found either at the bottom of the web page, usually, and it's either the copyright date or the last updated date. If you can't find some of this information, on page 32 of the Harvard Guide, you can find what you can use instead if there's missing information. That's available under LRC resources on your course and on the LRC webpage. This is a paraphrase, so it hasn't got quotation marks or a page number. And at the end of the work, it says the author, the date, the title in italics, and this is where it varies. Anything online is usually followed by online in square brackets, the words available from, the web address, and the date accessed. And we put the date accessed just in case it changes from when you've looked at it. So this is a magazine article. In the text, it's another paraphrase. It's got the author and the date. In the reference, it's got the author, the date, the title of the article, the title of the journal. So in this case, it's the journal title that is in italics. The volume number, the issue number, and the page numbers of the article. So if it's just a single page article, it would just be P.7. This is an example of a reference list. It's in alphabetical order by author, and you can start to see the different formats together. And getting used to what the different formats mean is really useful for when you're looking at your reading list, or if you're looking at the back of a journal article for their references, or a book to try and find other information to support your study, so that then you're looking in the right place to find it. For instance, there's no point looking on the web catalogue for a journal article. There's no point looking in our discovery service for a web page. Now, books and journals are increasingly available online, and the simplest way to describe how you will reference them in your reference list is you do them exactly as they appear as journals, then you just put online, available from, the web address, and the date accessed. So you can see that it's online, but it's also a book, or it's online, or it's also a journal. So I hope this really quick introduction has helped. Like I said, there's a lot more information in the Harvard Guide. So I'll just try and show you where that is on the web page. So on our page at the Doncaster College, don.ac.uk, under student links, learning resource centres, help and information, Harvard referencing guide. And this is our full guide to Harvard referencing, and gives you lots of different examples. And page 32, what do I do if I can't find all the information I need for a reference?